Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am going to be drawing Banana Man once again, and with his little bird, and on a pumpkin this time. I obviously did a little bit of a sketch kinda. I just kinda wanted to get something down because I plan on fully making this one as detailed as possible. So I got the position down before I started recording. Now, there are going to be some things that I am changing about Banana Man's design for this drawing specifically, and the birds. The bird's going to be different than I drew it last time because I can't actually remember how I drew it, but that's fine. For his little pumpkin this time, it's going to be kind of uneven and much more oval-like than it was before. And that's because, I don't know. This is still Banana Man, but just a little different version of him. Because I kind of want to draw him with different types of heads. Just because I think it'd be interesting. So I'm probably going to be trying that. But I could probably do that part a little better, but that's fine. We have also got a stem that I think fits the type of head. Alright, and here's the eyes, which this one's gonna have a cut. I just didn't want to put that in yet. Alright, we'll deal with making that a little better later. I'm gonna fix those bits, but we'll make it like actually better later in the drawing. Well, there's his head. Usually I don't start with detailing his head, but I saw that it was pretty, the sketch was pretty light, and I figured I would probably rub it away with my hand. Now it's time to do his clothes, which I did do a little bit of a rib cage. It's kind of a shitty one because I actually drew him from here. I drew him like 5 times before I settled on that pose. And by that point, I was pretty much done drawing rib cages. So this one's barely a rib cage, but it is a rib cage. Now, we grab those because this just kind of marks how his clothes are together. And we need to put his clothes like this. And that's probably where it ends. I honestly can't remember how long his little cloak is, and it changes constantly depending on how I want to draw him. So I'm gonna put it there because I want to put it there. It's not like it really has a determined spot anyways. Alright. And for the little part right here, I think I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do yesterday and curl his little collar, because I want to not have to draw it against the pumpkin. That's really it. I just don't want to have to draw it against the pumpkin, so we're gonna do this instead, just kind of replace it. Alright, that's not perfect, but I think that's fine. It's not the most amazing thing, but yeah, it's fine. I don't need to add details yet. I was going to start adding the freaking details onto it, but I actually can't even really remember them. I did also draw his hand a little weird like that. I like that, but that's not what I was going for in this drawing. He's going to have sleeves on. I just wanted to draw his arms like that because I thought it was cool. Alright. We need to just kind of... Do I give him his gloves? Or do I kind of just give him like a shitty hand like I did with those little Banana Man children? Like how I drew his kids. If I do this, Well, first of all, this perspective isn't exactly correct, but I'm just trying to get down the level of detail I would want for the hand. If I did that, it would be fine, but I don't know. We'll draw the hands once we get to it. We don't need to exactly draw them yet. We can just kind of put this here for now. Pretend like it's a hand for the moment. And we'll do the same with the collar on the shirt. Since we're not entirely sure what it's going to look like, it's not going to be really detailed at the moment. Alright. I am realizing if I would have opened this up, I could have possibly got away with drawing a little less parts on that arm, but that's fine. I'm gonna shade this in just lightly, not super dark, just lightly, because it's lightly annoying me. Okay, we've got this here, this slightly defying gravity. Okay, now his legs, or actually I should do his shirt first, right? His shirt it's just a shirt. I draw it the same every single time, just like that, all the way up to where his neck should be, and I usually cover that bit too, as to just not give him a neck, because the majority of the time when drawing this, I just don't actually know where I should put his neck, so I just don't draw a neck. Trying to think ahead for this drawing, because I do plan on using my tiny linies for this drawing. Yay! Which I haven't done in forever. I was gonna say, which I'm slightly nervous about, but no, I'm not. I don't remember them being hard to use in the first place, so I don't think they'll be too hard to use now, but also I guess they could, considering I draw differently than I used to back then, so it could be a little different, could be not that different, who knows, not me. Go ahead and give him a little pumpkin pin too, or belt buckle, because he actually has that. That is a part of his character that I know. I might have put his belt too high now that I think about it, but I can also lower his legs, or raise his legs, I mean. Because his legs are kind of extremely small, but also now I feel like I'm making his leg very big. Hold on, let's plan the leg out, just see what it looks like. No, that's not good. I don't like that. That's not what we want, is it? And I'm not worrying about drawing that pumpkin that he's sitting on yet either, because I want to have him mostly finished before I move on to the pumpkin, because I want to know where he is and draw the pumpkin around him. Even though technically he's sitting on the pumpkin, shouldn't the pumpkin be, or he be shaped around the pumpkin? Yeah, he should, but I don't care. Alright, so what if I tried to stylize it, kind of, like, what am I thinking of? Like, kind of like column type stuff that I've seen. Because then I could get away with some other stuff in this drawing too if I do that, right? I guess I wouldn't be getting away with stuff, it'd just be drawing it stylized, but I don't know, I never draw things in other styles. Draw things pretty much the same way the majority of the time, which is kind of like a mix of anime and just real life, because I always use real life things as references, and I like anime, so I try to draw like anime. Alright. don't necessarily think I really have a too defined of a style at the moment. So maybe I could try drawing some more stylized things, try to find one, but honestly, I really couldn't care less about actually finding a style. I've seen lots of people care about that, but I really don't. It's not a big deal to me. I just want to be able to draw good things, and a style will just kind of come with that. Because I'll finally decide, oh, I like that. So I'm not worried about finding a style. Okay, let's erase some of that. Do if I put his arm on his leg, then I wouldn't have to worry about this, but I think his leg should be longer than it currently is. These are about the same size, so if I were to just double this, just like whablamo, that is about the right size. It is too small, so we are going to actually redo his legs because they are too small. We're going to plan them out because I think I should think about these for a second, because they were the worst looking part of the sketch, but I also did not plan them out in the sketch like I did the head. I didn't plan anything out in the sketch, really. I was just kind of mostly getting things down. Okay. So what do we want these legs to look like? How do we want them? Where is his pelvis? I need to lower this belt. It's too high. Okay. Jesus Christ, my hair is everywhere. Oh my god, it's still on me. Get out. Get away. Okay. His leg should be right there and right there, maybe. Okay, maybe about there-ish. Not exactly there, but there enough to where I don't care. That I think this will be good enough. Okay. So where are we going to want the legs to be? We can do this, and then this, and then his little foot will be here. Is that long enough? Or am I going to want to move the foot to the bottom of that? I think that'll be fine, hopefully. And then his other foot, or other leg, will have to go like right there then. Except for I wanted his other leg to be actually facing us, like his legs like this. But also he's leaning forward, and I don't know about you, but that's not exactly comfortable for me to have my foot like that when I'm leaning forward. It'll hurt my ankle. So I think I will just kind of keep his other foot also on the ground like this. But also I guess he's leaning forward, but he has his heels right there. I would plant my feet on the ground, but shut up. It's not important. Okay. There, okay. Now, we need to do a little bit of a thing called take this eraser, lightly go over everything, but not really fully. Which I could use the kneaded eraser for this. But I'm not going to. Why? I don't actually have a reason for that one. Okay, what am I doing again? Oh yeah, okay, let's get this cloak part in here first. Which actually, now that I think about it, this cloak I could have go down more and actually overlap onto the pumpkin instead of just going straight like that. I could make it actually follow gravity. We'll worry about making sure it curves on the pumpkin exactly correctly once we actually draw the pumpkin, but now we have our lines. I can mostly see them. I can more see the feet and then make out where, oh yeah, that's probably where the line is, but I'm just gonna lightly add them back. Okay, and you may say, well, why'd you erase them if you're lightly adding them back? I honestly have no clue. I have no idea what I'm doing. That is the one thing you gotta remember about me drawing this shit. No clue what I'm doing at any point in time. Alright. I could give him calf muscles, but like, honestly, I'm not curving this to the correct line, nor did I bring it to the correct part. I brought it to the old line because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, this line, right here. Got that? Got that, Weston? Got that? You got that? Yeah, you got it? Good job. Okay. It's not, but I'm gonna say it is for now. Alright. We'll do that. And kind of just draw this straight just because he's got skinny legs. He's a skinny guy. He actually is. That's not me lying either. He is skinny. He's malnourished. He needs a sandwich. Should we give him sandwich? This is what Bird is bringing him. Sandwich. No, Bird is bringing him worm. Because Bird don't understand what Banana Man eat, but Bird understand that Banana Man hungry. So Bird bring Banana Man worm. Because Bird care Banana Man. But Banana Man will probably eat the worm. Not to not hurt Bird's feelings. But Banana Man does not eat worms on a regular basis. He will have to consume worm, though. He cannot not respect Bird's kindness. Bird was so nice and got him worm. Why would he reject Bird's kindness? What a beautiful foot that is. I mean, it's actually not that friggin' bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. It's not exactly like how his foot should be, but like compared to how I normally draw shoes, that's pretty diddly dang darn good. Honestly, like that's good. I like that shoe. I like that one. Now I'm gonna absolutely fuck it up by drawing another one. All right. Shoe, shoe, shoe. 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 Oh yeah, I'm just a god. This one's also passable. Let's frickin' go. That's like the best shoes I've ever drawn. I really need to practice drawing shoes, but I never will. I will practice drawing hands. I will practice drawing pumpkins, birds, but not shoes. I like how the things I thought of were pumpkins and birds instead of anatomy or muscles. Muscles is anatomy, isn't it? Pose is. Oh, he still doesn't have another arm, I just realized. I didn't even fucking realize that. I need to finish this sketch quickly so I can go ahead and cut this thing to time lapse for finishing up the details and adding the tiny linies. Because, like, I'm pretty sure this video is nearing 20-ish minutes long, which extends the amount of time that I want to make these videos in length. We'll fix that when I fix it. Okay, so Cloak is going to go like this around his body, but Arm is gonna go like this back. But remember sleeve, so there we go. Right. There. Bam. Alright, erase some of this detail, which I actually kind of like that I'm erasing that part because I didn't like that part. Okay, so are we gonna give him gloves or are we just going to give him sprinkles and a hand? Or are we gonna give him this creepy type of hand? We can give him this type of hand. It does fit what I was trying to do with him. So I think I am actually going to give him this creepy type of hand. It'll just kind of save me a little bit of time. Alright. There we go. Now let's actually make the sleeve, sleeve correctly. Alright, that's good enough for now. I can fix it in a minute. So that would mean that this one we're also going to have to just draw a line. And then he's holding his hand out for the bird. So let's go ahead and erase little sketchy sketch here. And once we get Mr. Lines in here, although there is a little bit more detail I need to do, I'm going to cut to time lapse. I'll probably do a check-in once I finish the sketch before I move on to the actual timey-lineies, but maybe not. Okay, now this does look a little weird. It doesn't fully look correct. And that is honestly fine with me. It's meant to not look fully correct and be a little creepy-ish. Alright. Let's go ahead and add just a little bit more detail to the sleeves here, just because I want to. Then we'll also go ahead and add a little bit of that, because I added it on every other corner, so why not do this one too, right? There we go with that. And there we go with that. Alright, so I'm going to move on to time-lapse now. And we're going to draw the bird and the pumpkin and finish the cloak. Alrighty, here is the finished sketch. I struggled a little bit with the bird, and I'm not entirely happy with how the tail looks, but it is time for me to move on to the tiny linies. So I gotta time-lapse that. Also, I never changed the head, which I said I would, but I'm not going to, because I like what it looks like. So, time to finish it. Alrighty, I'm done. I think it looks pretty good. There's definitely some areas I could have improved on. But overall, I like what I did with it. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I like what I did with it. I like the bird better now than what it looked like in the sketch. And the hands look a little better because it didn't actually fully fill them in. And I like the patches. I could have done the shading a little better on the pumpkin, but I didn't really know what I was doing or going for there, so I kind of messed it up a little bit. But yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. See you next time.